Okay, continuing on with graphing the system of inequalities, problem number 22. You'll notice that these are both special lines because the top equation has no y, the bottom equation has no x. That makes this one a vertical line and this one a horizontal line. So we need to solve this for x, so subtract 2, so you get x less than negative 2. Here add 3, so y is greater than or equal to 3. So there's no slope that you have to write here. These are special lines, so just go to x is negative 2. Because there's no equal sign, we will draw a dotted vertical line here. Okay, less than, which means shade to the left. All right, and the next equation is a horizontal line at 3, so go to 3 in the y. We will draw a solid line because of the equal sign. Oops, not quite horizontal. Greater than means shade above. Again, it separates the graph into 4 regions, and the one region where they're pointing towards each other would be in the top left region. Okay, problem number 23 has a lot of algebra work to do in order to get the equations ready to be graphed. So I have to distribute the 5 for the top equation, so I'm going to get 5x plus 5y greater than or equal to 8x plus 5. My goal is to get y by itself, so I'm going to subtract the 5x from both sides, and that gives me 5y is greater than or equal to 3x plus 5. Then I'm going to divide everything by 5. I'm dividing by a positive, so do not flip the inequality. And I get the equation y is greater than or equal to 3/5 x plus 1. So my slope is 3/5 and my intercept is 1. So when I graph this line, I'll start at the point 0, 1, and from there move up 3, right 5, and again up 3, right 5. And when I look at the inequality, it does contain an equal sign, so I'm going to draw a solid line through those points. And it's greater than, which means shade above the line. Okay, let's do the same thing for the second equation. So I'm going to distribute the 5, so 5x minus 5y greater than. Distribute the negative, negative x minus 10. The goal is to get the y by itself, so I'm going to subtract 5x, so bring down the negative 5y. When I subtract 5x, I get negative 6x minus 10. Here I'm going to divide by a negative 5, which means I will flip the sign, change the signs. So y is going to be less than 6/5 x plus 2. So my slope for the second line is positive 6/5, and my intercept is 2. So I'm going to start at the point 0, 2, and I'm going to move up 6, 1, 2, 3, and right 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and I've run out of space at the top, so I'm going to move here, down, and left. So down 6, 1, 2, and left 5. So somewhere around there. Okay, so connect the dots, and we will connect them using a dotted line because there's no equal sign. And it's less than when we solved for y, so less than means shade below. And when you look, there's this huge region here and teeny tiny regions here and a huge region here. The one where they're pointing towards each other is just this little area right in here. And that's where you would shade. Okay, 24. Top equation is already solved for y, so the slope is negative 1, the intercept is 3, so I'm going to start at the point 0, 3, 1, 2, 3, up one more, and then down 1, right 1. And no equal sign, so dotted line through those points. And it says greater than, so I will shade above the line. This line, we need to solve for y, so subtract x from both sides. and you get the slope is -1 and the intercept is -2. So start at the point 0, -2, and then move down 1, right 1. And this would also be a dotted line because there's no equal sign on the inequality. And these are supposed to be parallel lines. Notice that we are going to shade below the line because it's less than. You'll notice that there is no area where these are overlapping. This top line is shading above the line, this bottom line is shading below the line. There is no overlapping shaded area, so there is no solution to this problem. Okay, last problem. We need to solve the top equation for y, so I'm going to subtract x. That gives me y less than or equal to -x plus 3. You have a slope of -1 and intercept of 3. So I'll begin at the point 0, 3 and move down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1. Solid line because of the equal sign. Less than means shade below the line. Second equation. I need to solve this equation for y, so I will subtract 3x. Divide by -1, which means change the sign, flip the sign. So y is less than positive 3x minus 1, which means my slope for this line is 3 and my intercept is -1. So I will start at the point 0, -1 and move up 3, right 1. No equal sign on the inequality, so this will be a dotted line through those points. Less than, shade below. Again, you'll notice that this creates 4 regions, and the only region where the 2 arrows are pointing towards each other is this bottom region, so you would shade here. That completes Review 1, so study hard for your test on Monday the 26th.